Hello everyone, my name is José de la Cruz Cabrera Laynez. I am studying mechatronics in the UPC and this is my speaking evidence from my English class. So I am going to talk about how I made my plans for the future and how they have changed throughout my life. So let's start. Ever since I was a child, my future has always been full of uncertainty. I had trouble discovering what my talents were, and therefore it was difficult to me to decide what I wanted for my future. Due to this and the boredom that I happened in my elementary classes caused disinterest on me about the future, although I had good grades in those times. Things got worse when I entered middle school. There were few teachers who took their education work seriously and they worried about our learning, while the other teachers just appeared a few times and left homework during classes about things they never taught us. In the 3 years of middle school I only had a math teacher for 1 year and he didn't even teach us properly. At least those four teachers who accompanied me throughout middle school gave me the inspiration that whatever I decided to do in the future, I would do it with passion and with the idea of every day doing better, just like them. At least at that time my first life plan was formed to put it in some way. Today it is the basis of the others I have. After that long suffering, I entered high school. At that time I didn't know what great change would come to my life. Um, The person I was when I entered was someone who would be satisfied with any kind of job, who would give his all to do it properly. However, due to the bad middle school experience, he wished it to be something totally removed from the math sciences. I thought that plan would be the best choice in my life, and it almost became the worst mistake of my life instead. When I entered my sophomore year of high school, I met two other teachers who would inspire me to make the most important decision of all. First came my physics teacher, who was a graduate of an other engineering school, and as an extra job, he was a teacher. His primary job was not to teach, and still he did a better job than most of my teachers in my entry life. He taught us truth by looking at each other and saying the reality of his subject beyond what the book said. He spoke to us with the passion that I wish have one day for something, and he did not limit himself to just leaving us problems and mountains of tasks. He was concerned with making us understand the theory and history of physics, as well as its practical applications. Somehow the mathematics seen in that subject made more sense, had more logic, they were pleasant to learn. All this prepared me to receive with a better face the second teacher who would have a huge impact on my life. Shortly after, a new math teacher arrived and made an impression on me from the first day. He was serene, he was prepared with what was necessary to teach, and he always kept a smile on his face that told us that he had fun teaching math and we would have fun learning them too, and it was totally so. I was already enjoying in some way this side of science that I had not seen, and it aroused me a great desire to learn more about that. But also it was leaving me so doubts. Because I had spent most of my life refusing to pursue science, I was beginning to wonder if I should change my choice. After all, I was barely entering in this new world of maths and physics. And at that time, there were people of my age who had devoted all their life to it. While I was deciding, my math teacher invited me to participate in a math contest between a lot of schools, but due to my doubts, I declined the offer. That is something that I currently regret and made me think that I should start working hard to reach those people who were better prepared and be like them, like my teachers do. Now I am studying in an engineering school, specifically studying a mechatronics degree. My plans have been formed throughout this last year, but they are being formed with security. I'm going to study and learn all the fields that I can. I will study postgraduate studies related to Energy 7 and the development of new mechanisms and materials for the benefit of the people and the environment. Just as a plan, at one point in my life, I'm going to teach at the middle school or high school level to be able to provide inspiration and support just as my true teachers did for me, applying teachings and education the way I think it should be applied. I will not stop learning. I will not even put aside my dreams apart from my career. I'm going to learn more languages, write a book on physics, learn to play the violin, and provide service for the benefit of education and scientist dissemination. So this was my speaking evidence, and thank you so much for listening.